maybe be swayed.
It's a good thing they have different shapes from the arcade runes, so you have no idea what's going on.
Nice prediction, Trent. They're not going to get bristled again. Oh.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did. I didn't have it open yet. Oh, no. Why'd they do that?
I don't know, man. They banned techies instead of bristle, and I think
And they first phase banned the Viper? Oh, guys. Come on.
Remaining.
I mean, in their defense, it was the last ban, so I guess.
Yeah, but but you had first pick.
Yeah, they could have picked bristle. I agree. But
maybe they should have thought about it for a second here. Now they're thinking about it like, oh crap, we should have used some of this reserve time before we picked the Centaur.
Maybe that's why we're given 2 minutes and a half.
All I'm saying is Silencer should destroy this hero, and someone should finally do it. And there's an Oracle. You should position for the Silencer.
I agree completely, actually.
Like, it's time to try something. All right? Clearly, people haven't found an answer to it outside of Viper.
I think Mana Burn is also kind of underrated. Like, you don't really want to PL against Bristle in a lot of ways. It's like AoE damage. Yeah, you have a lot of armor, but he plays fast. It's not really that fun. You're under a lot of pressure. But somebody that can confidently buy Diffusal, like I think Slark and mixing in a Diffusal Blade.
EMP, as you're saying it, right?
There's
the ban. You're on it.
That's another one.
I actually think PL's fine, because he always refreshes and dispels anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
I always think of just the tempo matchup. Like, Bristle's just so aggro, and he's just in your face constantly. PL doesn't always like that. And if you blunder, oh boy.
Oh, blunder. I haven't played enough chess lately. I stopped using the word blunder. Got to bring that one back.
I'm really bad at chess, but it is a fun game.
I love chess, but I'm awful at it too. And it's so like demoralizing because you start playing against someone that's good, and it really feels like it's impossible to win.
Yes. Yeah. It has a noticeable skill cap.
Yeah.
It's just like Dota. You know?
I guess it is. But
the thing I appreciate about chess is that there's no patches. So the meta, I don't know. Trent and I have talked about this
Well, you don't have
before,
the new client yet, dude? They got Knights. Knights have 2 extra moves.
Well, it just makes you wonder
if you roll
what
a double,
would have
you can go again.
If we had gotten Dota to this place and then just left it there for like whatever, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years even. Even the troll sniper meta, was it really that broken, or were there things that we just didn't really ever figure out because a patch came out and it's like, okay, well, everything's just reset now?
Oh, there certainly was unsolved stuff. There's always going to be unsolved stuff.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah. I mean, you can see in other games that haven't been patched in ages, and the meta still keeps developing. It's not like we'd be any different. It's not like we're that good at our game that we would have solved it in 6 months, while other people are still playing the same game 20 years later and solving new stuff. So, yeah. But I love Dota because of that. I think that's what makes Dota so beautiful, is that we keep updating it and patching it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would prefer it this way, because then it makes more heroes interesting. And I love the learning a new game. I recently realized this, that learning a new game is one of my favorite things about video games. I love moving from game to game and trying to just get really good at it very quickly. So there's no wonder I love Dota. Yeah. That's something you just get to do constantly over and over with Dota 2.
Right. And even if we had perfected it into a good place of one of those really broken metas, I think you have to push through this period where the gameplay is just kind of not that fun, because sometimes what starts as a good patch a year later ends up being kind of dry and unfun. It's like, I'm ready for fundamental change.
I love the begging posts. Please. It's been weeks.
Please. I can't keep
Someone get rid of Slark Shard, please.
I just want to fight again. Please.
It's not fair.
I have been loving Crystal Maiden,
like the same heroes are the ones people complain about all the time. Like, you don't see people complain about like, I guess Bristleback's a hero people do complain about. But there were like patches where carries were super strong, but if they're not Earth or Slark or like Void, people are much less vocal about it.
If you're like an OG Dota player that's now an adult and you've got real life and you only play a little bit of Dota a few hours a week, I highly recommend you give Crystal Maiden a go, buy that shard, and just enjoy how good it feels to pop that ult and walk around. After 10 years of playing Dota and just standing there watching CM dance, I can finally do stuff while I'm ulting, Trent. And I'll tell you what, it's a goddamn game changer. It just makes me feel good.
Multitasking, dude. You increase your productivity twice, at least twice, because
I'm also on a 6-game win streak playing support, so I'm just gonna flex real quick right now. Crystal Maiden, half those wins. Anyway,
very nice. You know, I am just doing some quick math here, and now I see why Silencer sucks versus Bristle and Pros. Because maybe he doesn't suck. I'm sure he still has his value, but what's frustrating is that Fortune's End goes down to a 6-second cooldown.
Enchantress.
So, like, your mid and late game, it's just always going to be there. And it's the same thing with a Photic Shield, right? Yeah. Why are these heroes so good? Why? Why, Ice Frog?
It turns out Dispels are really, really good, bud.
I think, this goes back to, like, I was reading a post saying that, like, Lion was one of the best. Like, it was this, like, 4K player saying that Lion was one of the best heroes ever, whatever. And someone told them that the reason Lion's good is because we are in a puck/spirit meta. So I think Oracle is good, but I think the fact that so many strength heroes are also popular is why Oracle is good, you know? It's like the heroes are good because of a certain meta, not necessarily because their skills are necessarily that good, you know? If it makes any sense. I'll stop talking.
It's all ebbs and flows. All right. No, it's true. That's how it works, right? That's Dota.
Yeah. Ebbs and flows, baby. Ups and downs.
Oh, whoa. 2 heroes with a passive PA gets picked.
All right. So you banned the Viper. We were just having this conversation. How apropos. This is an AoE break. It's a shard, right? So pretty cheap. And it's PA, so she's in there against Bristle and DK, so she should be able to get some pretty good breaks off. I actually really like this.
HP damage, which is really good.
Oh, yeah. You know, you're right about that, Bowie.
Thank you. All right. I mean, this is a good response. I was, not a fan of PA in the past, but I guess I'm a fan now, and it definitely the shard definitely works. There's like real purpose in the pick here.
It looks like it's dispellable, though, unfortunately.
Oh.
I'll have to double check. 3 seconds, 20-second cooldown. I mean, 3 seconds is a long time versus a for a PA, and you have the travel time of the Fortune's End, too. So
does it refresh when you use your egg?
It should. If you had eggs, it would refresh.
Yeah. Nice. So late game should be really strong.
Mm-hmm. So looking for a mid laner here for BINOMISTAS, and it actually comes out the Sand King ban, so they're a little afraid of Mini doing it again against the Dragon Knight. TA Puck banned out. It is going to be 9th pick to BINOMISTAS, so they might have to do something kind of safe going in blind here. Like that Storm Spirit that's banned would have been nice.
What about Mr. Sailor Man?
Oh, the pirate.
Yeah.
The Harbor Master's in there, bud. He's got a whole fleet coming.
You don't want him coming and torrenting all your builds. Copying what you're doing.
Oh, man.
I don't like Mr. Sailor versus Oracle that much.
That is true. He is a very annoying counter.
Yeah.
You can't cleanse the X, right?
I was about to say, then that puts you to Lena, right? The other 9th pick, Coca-Lena. The 2 go-tos.
Let's think here. Let's use our minds, our collective brain power.
Legion mid.
What about this ladder, guys?
Versus Oracle.
We talked about this here all the time. What about this ladder?
Slider?
Yeah.
Blind though. I don't know.
It's either gonna be Briss or DK, right? Oh, okay. Disarm is good.
Pango. It is.
That's really good last game.
Some nice skirmish here. So Pango mid.
I assume so, yes. Unless this is...
But isn't that a little risky? Because it could be offlane DK, safe lane Bristle, and now couldn't they pick a mid that kind of dumpsters Pango? Is there a mid that dumpsters Pango?
I think Queen is kind of annoying. Bloodseeker, obviously, I guess, is still in.
Ooh, yeah. And we've seen him. He's been going mid.
Oh, versus PA too? Yo.
Yeah,
and Stampede? Yo.
I mean, even if you want the DK mid, you could still 3 Bloodseeker also. Like, you got options. Ooh.
Razor was banned last game, and it's left in this time, too. But I don't think... Razor's weird versus PA. It's like, it probably shouldn't be good.
Yeah, it's not that good.
She's got the jump, so... I would not be stoked about Razor. mean, they could look for some catch if they want a mid DK. They could go for like Underlord or something. Really beef up and commit to the roots.
The thing they're missing the most is definitely team fight. Right, like actual AoE control. Everything is single target right now from Crewmates, aside from the AoE damage of like Bristle and like Starfall. Yeah,
it's
so
the
Kunkka.
Yeah.
I like
the
that.
Parrot on this
Best
side
of all worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna like crush the lane or anything. I mean, it should do well, but I think it's more important for the overall game plan. Oh shit, Almond's got the real cosmetics on Mirana. Doesn't have the bunny. Does have a sweet lion, and also that I think it's from the Korean, one of the Korean markets headpieces. So
oh yeah,
some vintage stuff happening here.
This is
that's a Mirana player.
Korea moved on from Dota a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the Arteezy piece. He always has that on.
I forgot about that masquerade. That's actually a pretty cool little cosmetic there. You don't see it so often. All right. Well, this is an exciting game 3. I really thought BINOMISTAS were going to blow this out 2-0. Obviously, we're here at game 3. Crewmates showed up. Are they going to be able to show up again here in game 3? We've got the Bristleback again, but now we have a break in the PA. We haven't seen this, though. Right? This is kind of an untested counter against this Bristleback DK. What are the final predictions here,
They
gents?
did it. I actually think Crewmates are going to win. The X is really good for a lot of the same reasons the Rupture was. Like, same concepts of like trying to get away, the move speed, just pulling them back, comboing them up. They're the ones with the Oracle. They don't have a good counter to the Kunkka and the rotations, and then this Bristle. So BINOMISTAS, they got to step it up. They obviously have decent heroes too for winning this game, but I need to see an answer to this Bristle, and I don't know if this fan of knives will be enough.
I totally agree. I feel like PA will get a shard eventually, but this is going to take a while, right? So if BINOMISTAS wins, I think this is going to be like a 50 to 60 minute game. Overall, I feel like Crewmates still has the better draft. I really like this Mirana DK combination. I think this is going to be an easy 2-1 here.
An easy 2-1. Well, that prediction will come true regardless of who wins, but I agree. I'm going to go ahead and go 3 in a row for the Crewmates, boys. I'm ready to believe it's going to be a big day for Brazil. We're going to see this lower division continue to stay in contention. Tiebreakers are upon us. I can feel the curse. I can feel it in me bones, just like that old lady from the first Star Wars movie. Gary, you're up, bud. What do we got? How you feeling about the PA? Is the break going to be sufficient?
Oh, that is a difficult question, isn't it? Yeah, is she even going to go for it? Because we've seen situations where the PA's picked, doesn't even bother going for a break anyway. But Theban here, Crewmates, a bit sloppy in game 1. We've kind of seen their drafts progress and develop through this series. Do you reckon they've got the upper hand again with a Bristleback and now an Oracle behind him? What do you reckon?
I think it's not as good as the Abaddon for this Bristleback, but it provides a little bit of something else, right? More healing, covers the other heroes a bit easier, and because they picked this Dragonite and Kunkka to lead the fights for you, you don't really need this Abaddon now to lead the fights for you, which is kind of nice, or break smokes. You can just chill back. I like it. I think Crewmates lineup is looking solid once again. These triple strength heroes are going to be very annoying for BINOMISTAS to deal with. It's just going to come down to whether Crewmates continue to pressure early game and keep running at BINOMISTAS, or if they're going to give time for this PA to actually farm with her Battle Fury, Desolator, BKB. I think you can't really go for the shard until you finish those 3 items first.
Yeah, so then a lot of it's going to come down to Mini on this Pango. Do you reckon he's going to go for a Spirit Vessel? Is it something he needs here? You mentioned the 3 tanky strength heroes. Pango could go for it. Or Spirit Vessel something he just doesn't want to go for.
Yeah, it's just hard. The more I think about it, getting Vessel against these Purge guys like Oracle and Abaddon is just so rough. It could literally be a big, giant waste of gold, and it's going to be real rough. I think Mini, the way to go about this game is just go for Diffusal Blade. You have so many tanky heroes on Dire. The way you can buy time is just get Diffusal, burn their mana in these fights. There's no hero that can pump their regen. So why not, right?
Yeah, something we've been calling for, against that Medusa we've seen time and time again.
Medusa can get her old mana back with her snakes. Yeah. But these Kunkka, Bristle, and DK, yeah, they're not going to be able to.
I don't really buy any mana items. Well, you do see that top lane, Jupiter moving away from the Mirana. Now Snapfire Centaur. Another two heroes that are going to be of vital importance for BINOMISTAS, because that is your team fight right there in a nutshell. The kisses plus that blink stomp. And we'll definitely be looking towards Sexy Fat to see if he changes his build away from the Vanguard Hood blink and see if he goes for maybe, you know, faster blink to try and get that pressure going from an earlier point. He is up against this Bristleback again. Already stacking up a few cool sprays. And Oracle behind him gives him a nice little safety net. I think we'll come back up there when they hit level 2. And bottom lane, already looking like Benny and Nuage is taking a lot of damage. Armin's Mirana just pummeling into that poor little Enchantress. And Dragon Knight, we've seen, you know, level 1 Dragon Blood. You can't touch him, he just out-sustains everybody.
I don't like it. I think you're supposed to get the Breathe Fire and just keep harassing the PA so she can't... Oh, there it is, the first blood. Onto the Oracle. FCR though.
An FCR?
Oh, FCR messed up.
Also
he went for
dead.
The goo. Yeah, you're supposed to always get the Bristleback. You get the goo level 2, you're going to be throwing the lane. Even if you can get a kill with it, it does not matter. The power of this hero is that Bristleback to mitigate damage, to get those extra quills off. And now they're giving BINOMISTAS such a good head start in this top lane. And they got the healing salves too to just regen right back up. Oh, this is so good for BINOMISTAS. What a way to start this game. Yeah, I hope they play a little bit more aggressively this game. Like, get a dagger going on the Centaur, find the Oracle, kill him off. Don't give time for this Bristol to get to that Aghanims easily.
Exactly. I feel like that's definitely the way to go. Like, Vanguard, Brown Boots, Blink Dagger for Sexy Fat. Maybe you slot in a Cloak there or something, but you want that early aggression. Especially if you can pair it up with a level 6 on Jupiter's Snap with those kisses. Get on top of targets and slay them. Mid lane so far looking pretty even between the two. Both of them have their bottles up and running. And Ryo going to have the little added advantage of being able to TP home, refill, get to full HP and mana as well. And straight back into the lane. So great about that Kunkka.
Yeah. But it does cost you 100 gold to do it. Nonetheless, it's still a very cheap price to pay to get everything, full resources. It looks pretty good though so far for Mini. He's farming up the small camp, constantly shoving mid out. He's pretty much done that every single game. Mini loves that small camp. Honestly, if I played against him, I would want to block that camp. Just get 50 gold from your teammate or something, and just put it in there.
Stop him from farming it. And we'll be keeping our eyes on when he hits level 6. You know, both of these side lanes definitely available for that rotation with a TPN with a nice little rolling thunder. The double slows bottom, the double stuns top. As they tried to go onto Benny, hijacking Armin, they want this Dragon Tail arrow, but Nuage is there in the way. Blocks the arrow coming, keeps the PA farming away safely. They're struggling to keep the pressure going onto Benny. Oracle, cookied up top. Scatterblast into Stomp, and they caught D-Flash completely out of position. Both of these offlane heroes from BINOMISTAS just come through and deal with that pull.
It's another kill again for this Centaur, and that's gonna catapult him to this Vanguard so much faster. We're gonna see that 5-minute Vanguard again, and I don't know what the win rate is for a 5-minute Vanguard on Centaur. It must be really high though, because this hero just becomes absolutely unstoppable. That being said, if he does not apply any pressure with it, it won't matter, because eventually the Aghs Bristol will be able to tear you down, as you're not going to be having too much armor on this hero.
Just like we saw in game 2.
Yeah, but check out Nuage here.
What's he up to?
Sniping
couriers.
Yeah, that's a ring of health on it. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. For 1 minute, FCR not going to have that. He was kind of waiting for his entire Vanguard before he bought it though. So, or we'll bring it out to the Bristleback.
It still means, you know, he's lacking on CS, and it's only going to get more difficult for that Bristleback. They needed some kind of sustain in that lane. They're just bullying them away. Like, Oracle doesn't feel like he's really got a home here, just has to sit behind the Bristleback, maybe leech a bit of experience, hope that FCR gets the farm he needs. And it's just been chain pulling from Snap and Centaur, so they're getting that free farm plus the stacks of camps they're building for themselves. Jupiter's even going to move into that jungle to get a nice little deep ward, while Enchantress comes into mid with a Wild Wing, slows them with a Tornado, de-ward the Observer. Kunkka might get caught here with a cookie from Jupiter. He's trying to juke around the trees. Torrent not connecting on anybody, and that's Ryo getting sliced by the swashbuckle of Mini. All around that 6-minute mark as well. So you got level 6 on Mini, guard the runes up, and kill the Kunkka, all with one maneuver.
Nuash has done so much there with killing the courier, then coming in mid with the tornado and forcing the Kunkka to just pop that ghost ship as well. I think that's the biggest part now, because there's no more kill threat onto this Pango, and they're going to be able to apply pressure with the catapult, and he should be afraid on Kunkka, because if the Rolling Thunder does come out, it doesn't have mana though on Mini. Raya could be in danger again.
He could.
Oh,
they do
is.
successfully take out the catapult. Nice. Yeah. Nicely done by Armin.
It's an aggressive move from Armin, Kunkka's X mark, and try to kill the pet. It turned out to be a defensive move in the end, with their mid tower getting pressured quite a bit.
Oh man, Oracle. Oh, just saying, it's been a struggle for him to do anything top lane, so he's like, okay, can't accomplish anything in that lane, I'll go stack, I'll go ward. He gets his stacks taken, his ward dewarded. Jupiter and Sexyfat, they really are on the money with this lane so far. And it's, I mean, it's not just the lane, it's the way they're moving out of the lane as well. I do roll into mid. Pango crashing onto that Kunkka. Cookie, Scatter Blast, Chain Stun, Mini. How many connections? It's like 5 or 6 rolls in onto that Kunkka there, and just nothing that Ryo could do. And now with the Oracle netted up, slowed down, D-Flash, swashbuckled. 6-0 start for the BINOMISTAS, while bottom lane they do try and pick off Benny. He's going to blur and blink back. The Stampede and maybe a TP. Does Benny get out of here? Oh, he successfully got himself home. They don't lose a single soul, and they're pressuring mid-tier 1 at the same time. It's all BINOMISTAS.
This Pango, when you go into the river against a level 6 Pango, you just pretty much die. As long as there's one more hero coming in, and that's what the Snapfire was there for. They got another kill onto Ryer here. 0-2. Mid tower also getting pressured up some more. Like, this is the lane bleed that we always talk about. And we can see it happening right now. Nuash being able to win bottom, go middle, and then top lane because they won that lane as well. Jupiter also has the time to go middle. And now he's got kisses. 8 minutes, he's got kisses on Jupiter.
Yeah. Well, if they catch someone with a stomp or a cookie stomp, they just die. I just want to quickly point out that you mentioned that Mirana wanting to get into mid with the X-Mark Torrent arrow. And Nuages has blocked that arrow, I think twice now in a row, just making sure that Mini doesn't actually get ganked. And Chantress is playing a really good defensive blocking role, stopping anybody from moving into the mid lane. Spotting Armin, trapping him, making his life a living hell.
Armin also went for a Tranquil boost in this game. I don't know the last time I've seen first item Tranquils on Mirana. There's very good reason why you don't go this build. It doesn't let you get to those Arcane boots or Yules faster. And oh, it's so rough for Armin. He's being pressured by an inch.
Oh, the roll kisses! He's boated himself. Mini misses that one, but look at Nuages. He's going to slide in, slow him down, catch up the Kunkka with some impetus hits, and Chant, there it is. And I'll take him out with Mini's killing spree. Even pops the invis and could think about transitioning down towards bottom lane. Tier 1's taking a bit of a beating from D-Flash and Hijack with that Elder Dragon form. They smoke down there. They don't know this is coming.
Hijack is looking super dead. He really wants this tower. They want to go D-Flash first.
Take the easier kill. I mean, Hijack is turning with a Dragon Tail. Stuns them into the arrow, missing though. The Stampede allows Benny to sidestep that Mirana's attempt. And Hijack, he's getting hit down. They've got Swashbuckle, they've got impetus hits. Are they going to finish off this Dragon Knight even under his tower? That's a difficult prospect. Dragon Tail Starstorms there onto Nuages. Yeah, they overextended there.
Yeah, the first Swashbuckle by Mini missing onto the Oracle, making them having to overextend a little bit to get that kill.
Sexyfat. He's got a TP. Yeah, Centaur. Knows his limits. Even cleared off the creep wave.
Oh, he went for the hood build again on Sexyfat.
He did, yeah. But he is 5,000 net worth right at the top.
He is. I mean, I understand he's farmed, but I still think you go for this dagger. Just get the dagger so you can keep getting kills, like play faster, right? Because now, after getting the hood, you still need to farm that blink dagger. He could already have a blink right now. He could be with his team, middle or TPing bottom, blink stunning this Oracle, getting 2 kills, taking the bottom tower, and then buying your hood afterwards. And the hood doesn't do anything against Bristol either. It just gives you HP regen. That's it. Like, no one's ganking you. There's no magic damage threat onto Sexyfat in this game right now.
Forced to TP bottom. Nice move by the Radiant, like this process of elimination. Radiant obs in the triangle, and a couple now around this jungle area knew that Bristleback was around the top tier 1. So they force him to move, but he does have some ancient camps stacked up and waiting for him.
Yep. Just one stack, nothing too big. And he's gonna make his way towards that Aghanims as we saw in game number 1. And DK taking the bottom tower. He's almost got that Blink Dagger. And we're gonna see movements from DK before we see movements from Centaur. And that's just really weird because the Centaur had the freest lane of his life. And is so freaking farmed.
Yeah, especially when you want to create that nice barrier in front of the PA. Allow her to farm triangle safely, but it seems like they're going to make a move to attempt that anyway. Boat, arrow, onto the Enchantress. Kisses are coming with a Stampede Stomp. Onto the Bristle and the Kunkka. These kisses landing on Ryo, but they are very tanky, and the False Promise is backing him up, saving the Kunkka. Rolling Thunder going to end soon as well, so Dragon Tail to Mini allows them to turn onto the Pango. X in with a Torrent and a Fortune's End. They've controlled up Mini beautifully, and it looks like the BINOMISTAS there. If they've had a Blink Dagger, maybe they could have jumped a little bit faster.
Yep. I mean, he couldn't do anything on Sexy Fat in that last engagement. He just kind of walks around, casts some... his double edge is also level 1, so not a whole lot of damage output either coming out from the Centaur.
I'm going to cook you away. Good. Scraping past the arrow.
These are just like movements to get this base for Bristleback to finish his Aghanims. The PA is farming very well too. Look at it. Oh, that's a straight rush Battlefield. No boots, nothing. Just slippers, 2 branches. Battlefield now has got boots coming out. And we're going to see Benny just racing to that Deso.
Oh, he needs to. Like we saw in game 2, that timing, 15-16 minutes. Bristleback, DK, and his Kunkka, they're all incredibly tanky, and they could start that bulldozer movement, especially with Moonlight Shadow to allow you to play aggressively. Down bottom, Enchantress, very nearly dead. FCR out of mana, unfortunately, couldn't finish it off. And the BINOMISTAS going to plant themselves up in that top part of the map. Guard the Roshan. Don't let crewmates sneak in there and steal it or anything. Put a bit of pressure on that top tier 2 and force them to play the wrong side of the map for themselves. Oh, if they kill a Centaur here, could delay his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, but they don't have the heroes for it. Ryer's just chilling. Like, they're just playing a very defensive position on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think we've got a bit of lag going on.
Oh,
Sure
yeah, sorry. I had a hiccup. I just lagged. Or my internet had a hiccup.
I think we're good.
We're good now?
Well,
can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You started a sentence. What were you saying?
I was saying that they're not going to really play too aggressive right now. They could have gone on the Centaur, but they had to get the Kunkka to Bristleback to hit his axe timings a bit more. They don't want to make anything that can ruin that. And Trash is a pretty easy kill, though. That's what you want to go for.
Don't start these fights that you can't finish.
Exactly.
Don't give an opportunity for the BINOMISTAS to turn around and, you know, Blink Stomp Kisses now ready for them, and they're going to smoke with it.
Here we go. Ryer, he's probably the target, right?
Pops the smoke. Kunkka jumped on immediately. Yeah, Blink Stomp Kisses. Dragon Tail stun those. Stops that damage coming. Kunkka with a boat buff. He's surviving here, and a False Promise. Regen Rune, he's going to be able to survive through all of this. He's perfectly fine. A little swashbuckle into the Oracle, but D-Flash has already spent his spells, so doesn't mind dying for his team to be able to turn around with another Blink Stun. Dragonite's in. Catching out Mini, the Quill Sprays, the Goo, starting to stack up a little bit. Sexy Fat frontlining for his squad. And it really has been a 5v4 every step of the way here as Mini, X-marked, back into it. The Torrent catches him and they got the Dragon Tail to kill him. Sexy Fat's going to stomp them, but Benny just not involved in this whatsoever. The crewmates bring everybody and their mums into mid lane. Starstorm onto Sexy Fat, the X-mark, able to drag on and extend these fights longer and longer. Cookie out will help Sexy Fat's Centaur, but they've got so many stuns now for crewmates. They're just picking them off one by one. Bristleback's diving your tier 2s at this point. Another X. No Torrent, no boat, and no arrow, so it looks like the Enchantress is fine, so they'll turn and focus on the tier 1.
Yeah, DK doesn't have his stun backup, even though the blink is. So he's not going to engage onto the Inch. And they're just going to back off here, you know, Mini is alive. Oh, baiting him in.
But the swashbuckle in. Is he going to have to Rolling Thunder this? His X-Mark Cookie gets the stun off into them, but he's just died again.
Oh, no. That is so bad for Mini here. And they're going to take the mid tower. And this is the fights without the Aghanims. SCR is like, alright, I mean, you guys are fighting next to where I'm farming. So I'm just going to join up here.
There's a DD rune outside of Roshan as well. If they wanted that. Could have popped themselves into the pit, but it looks like they want to reclaim the top jungle, get some dewarding going, because yeah, Benny has been farming very freely for the past 16.5 minutes.
Yeah.
0-0-1 PA.
They're gonna need him big time to assassinate this Oracle at the start of the fights. Or just deal damage to whoever the centaur goes on. Like, if you look at Sexy Fat's build, he's got 4-1-4. Without that double edge being leveled up, that's the #1 reason why the Kuka didn't die. Right, you expect this spell to be destroying at this stage in the game, but because it's level 1, he's not really dealing that much damage with it.
Yeah, they've just been that little bit lacking. And now you're staring down the barrel of a BKB Kunkka. He's got Radiance queued up next. DK is about, what, 1500 away from his BKB. Bristleback Ags is 150. Well, it's this camp away, which is farming now, and they've got an X mark onto Sexy Fat. Not really a go there. But yeah, they dewarded this whole jungle. They've prepped themselves for Roshan.
He's trying to scale on this Kunkka with the Radiance, but I'm not sure if that's the best item against Phantom Assassin. Maybe a halberd.
Like a halberd?
Yeah, I think a halberd could have been interesting, because every time the PA goes in, if she doesn't BKB right away, you harbor her. She's kind of just stuck there for some time. Plus, it's good against like Pango too. If he ever goes in trying to right-click people, the evasion is nice. And yeah, Pango Mini, he's going for the Yules this game. I was talking about this Diffusal Blade. I do feel like that was the game-winning item. Oh, hijack this. Is he gonna go in there? Is he gonna check this Roshan? He saw it. He saw the swashbuckle.
They know something's going on. He sees them. They blink stomp, but the BKB from Ryo saves him from the initiation. They've just blown up Mini. Pango's down, so Roshan now belongs to Crewmates because there's no buyback on the Pango. Are they thinking about contesting this still?
They can't.
They don't have
the Pango. They need him so badly for the team fight. They got kisses though.
Oh, they jump. Oh, the crit blows up the Mirana. X-Boat though. That PH is all stuck, caught up in the nuke damage and burst down. Now Roshan and Aegis into the hands of FCR. Sexy Fan has already spent his Stampede and Blink. He'll try and stomp and run away, but they've got the X-Mark to drag him into the DD rune of Ryor. And they are on a roll, Crewmates.
They are. And they're going to steal these ancient stacks too. Nice items, tier 2 items coming out for Crewmates. And they're just going to keep running at them at this point. I think they know the flow that they need to play at. Thanks to game #1. They were successful doing it. They're going to start taking all these outer towers now. What is it, Gary?
You know what we talked about when Crewmates started winning? And you talked about their main problem was that, you know, farm distribution, giving a bit more to Ryo, taking away a little bit from FCR. Do you think the BINOMISTAS have fallen into that same kind of trap with Benny being that one in all of these games?
Yeah. I think they just got a little bit too overconfident. Maybe banning out the Bristleback if they didn't have a proper answer for it would have been a better choice for them in this game. And just being like less greedy, I think. I'm not so sure if Mini needs to be that secondary carry for this team. I think he does that naturally, as long as that's what his hero calls for. I think they're a big problem for BINOMISTAS. Oh, they're caught again. That's an arrow. That's a kill. Yeah. I feel like Sexy Fat, he just was too greedy this game going for this hood. And they just needed to keep playing through Mini, who was having a good time in the mid lane. They killed Ryer 2 times, right, at the start. But they didn't continue their snowball in this game. They were way too passive with the kind of lead that they built up throughout the laning stage.
Yeah, because it was what 6-7-0 start, 5,000 net worth lead about 14 minutes in, and now you're just getting picked off left and right. You lose Mini mid, Centaur's dying up at top. He has to Stampede to run away, so he lives. A cookie onto the Bristleback is going to do absolutely nothing. He's still holding Aegis. So Crewmates, they can bring all of their resources around, you know, to take these tier 2s. Mid and top lane look pretty open for them. well, the only place on the map that Benny can play is down towards bottom while he's racing towards this BKB. He seems... Yeah, he's behind now, though. Yeah, he's behind the Kunkka when you've got this position 1 that you are protecting as 4. Blink Stomp, Dragon Tail to turn. Some big damage onto Rival, but yeah, just BKBs and turns. Torrent Boat, Cookie to try and run, but he's trapped inside it. All that damage comes crashing onto him as the Rolling Thunder looking to disengage the BINOMISTAS away from this fight. And the Bristleback chasing your supports. Look at him go. He actually wants the bigger target, though. Mini, the Pango. Dragged back with that X mark. He wants to swashbuckle when it ends. The arrow slides past, but he still dies.
The Quills.
The DK and the Quills follow him up that high ground.
This is really painful to watch right now. BINOMISTAS, they're just going on the first target they see. Like that, they jumped at Kunkka, he BKBs. You see him, he has 20-30% health, but it wasn't even close because there's an Oracle sitting right behind him. D-Flash is just ready to drop that false promise if he needs to onto that Kunkka. So BINOMISTAS, you know, you gotta play a lot smarter than you are right now. You gotta hunt the Oracle. He's the main target. Kill him. Kill the other guys one by one. And then leave this Bristleback isolated. You can try to bring him down later. I know it's annoying because the goo constantly slowing you down, but there's no other way to deal with this hero.
Well, they know that they've tracked back to come and deal with Benny. Benny makes the signal that they've run towards their own Ancients. That leaves FCR isolated, so Aegis getting taken out. X-Mark, Boat coming in. Yule's up from the Pango, trying to keep these stuns going with the kisses landing. FCR, he's tanky. But can he withstand the 1v5? It looks like he's going to bring Sexy Fat down low. Not quite enough to finish him, so the X-Mark to follow with a good jump away. He dodges the Torrent. Centaur's out of there, but I think Mini is a little bit stuck. No, he's all right. Finds his way through the trees. Well, Aegis down. It was about to be reclaimed, though, so not a massive loss for the crewmates.
Exactly.
It still feels like they're the one in the dominant map position.
They are, and that was a bit of space, you know, the Dragon Knight, while his Elder Dragon form was on cooldown, was just able to push some lanes out. He's got a BKB. Ryer, his courier, he's still waiting for that to respawn for his item. What was it that he had there? Aghanims on the Kunkka?
Ooh, does he?
We'll see in 40 seconds, yeah.
That's going to cause a bit of chaos. It's still this marathon. It's not a sprint anymore. It's a long old race for Benny to get to BKB, then think about the shard for the fan of knives. Continually thinking, I need to be one more item ahead. I need more damage, more damage. Because all these armor and tanky items are stacking up. FCR with Eternal Shroud.
They gotta drag this game out. I think if they had the men to do that, I don't know, Gary. I'm telling you, the solution for BINOMISTAS was the Diffusal Pangolier. I'm just very sad that Mini was not able to think of it. He's gone for this Yules and Blink build. These triple strength tanky heroes, they get their mana burn. They're just so useless.
And you know, we spent so much time speaking about the break against the DK and the Bristleback. There's also break coming up against this PA. Dragon Knight is going Silver Edge.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. I think aura items might be a little bit better though. I mean, he can use the Shadowblade 4 catches at least.
Oh, Benny
they want Benny.
He's got BKB,
oh,
but
he
doesn't get it. Oh, he blurs, he dodges. Oh, that's gorgeous from him. Turns on the Mirana, kisses towards DK. They all BKB up and Rival's running. Snapfire has isolated Hijack though. The Dragon Knight, he's got himself away with the Moonlight Shadow. There's no reveal. They don't see anybody. And Mini's forced to self-Yules in the mid lane. Have they got any more catch? He's got a Swashbuckle to disengage from the Bristleback. Kunkka wants this real bad though. He's got X-Mark, he's got Torrent Storm, and they've got the Blink Dragon Tail right there onto Mini with an Elder Dragon form. PA kills off the Mirana, sure. Needs to get the hell out of here though. Jumps back onto New Arges. Sexy Fat Centaur. He's looking for a sneaky backstab with a Blink Stomp. A couple of heroes lined up here for him. He goes to the Oracle, but the Oracle jumps away. D-Flash has a blink of his own. Gets out of the range of the Centaur while New Arges does get X back in on these huge hits. 450 damage per click from FCR. Annihilate the Enchantress. And another fight where the BINOMISTAS just, they just lose out.
Yeah, BINOMISTAS, they need to get a dust on this Pangolier who's going into the backlines looking for the Oracle and Mirana alongside the PA. The PA could have got kills on the Oracle and the Mirana, but there's just no vision, right? That Moonlight Shadow just absolutely destroying Benny there. And all they had to do was cut out the BKB, and Crewmates can just run right back in there and get these 2 free kills. Benny, you know, he went out, he went to farm something. He's got the shard now. So, as I said earlier, you can only go for shard after the Battle Fury deaths or BKB. And with this shard, we'll see what it can do. But I do think that FCR, he's still a little too tanky right now. You still got to kill D-Flash first, because the shard isn't going to do much if D-Flash just drops the false promise onto the Bristleback.
So what is 16% of max health on these strength heroes?
A lot.
I'm pretty bad at maths. Like 16%
okay,
of 3,000.
let me look. Which
they're
hero,
all around 3,000.
Which hero you want? If they're all around 3,000, then we're looking at about 480 health. Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. 480 health if they're at 3,000. It's pretty solid, yeah. And it's pure damage, by the way. It's pure damage.
Ooh. So no reductions.
So if they're sitting at 500 HP, you go in there with that Phantom Knives, like you will just kill them.
Die.
Yeah. But obviously, if PA hits them one time with the crit, will also die. It's very reliable, I would say, against these heroes. We just, again, BINOMISTAS, for them to win this game, they gotta kill the Oracle. Not like nothing else will matter apart from killing this Oracle, unless someone on Crewmates gets caught out all by themselves without the support of Kunkka or DK stunning or Oracle saving that hero.
Or a Moonlight Shadow that comes globally from you.
Yeah, the Moonlight Shadow, that's been a big problem too for BINOMISTAS.
Invisibility meaning invulnerability so far this game.
Yeah,
I do like D-Flash just like rushing this Blink Dagger. No Ether Lens, no Arcanes. Blink back into Ghost Scepter, it looks like. So he's going to have that ability to disengage we already saw from the Centaur, but also to sit very deep, hiding in the tree, playing from fog. And maybe BINOMISTA's best chance is going to be to wait for that next Roshan, like defend high ground, hold out, split push a little bit with heroes you don't mind losing.
Nah, just go fight.
Roche.
Go kill the Oracle. They just gotta put some kind of high ground ward and go kill the damn Oracle, really. I think BINOMISTAS, this is their timing. They have every item that they need. I guess Centaur does have 3,000 gold in his bank, but if there's ever a time where you want to utilize PA, her item time is like, now is it. Because if you do give up control and you sit on the high ground, that means Crewmates can put all the wards out next to Roshan, and if you try to smoke out or run out, even if you do take the fight, they're going to be able to see you once the smoke finishes, right? And then all your supports will die. Your heroes will start falling off one by one because Crewmates can understand where all your heroes are. So you need to like take control of Roshan area before response.
So you want to be preemptive, be that first actor.
Exactly. So let's get out there.
I guess you're right.
Because they can start spawning in 40 seconds, and you need to be smoking up as soon as these heroes are alive. They've been waiting the whole game for this moment where the PA has a shard.
And Benny making the call. They're ready. Everybody into that mid-tier 3 spot, ready to smoke. BINOMISTAS, there it is. Not under any wards either. And let's see what Crewmates do if they react to this.
They don't have dust, but there's 45 seconds left for the Moonlight to come out.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion.
Oh, you hit it. But it's blur. She had blur. So they saw it though. They pinged it, exactly. But they could think it's just a blur.
They could, but they're sitting under their high ground vision. Look, they're ready to smoke pop. And Chantress comes to try and de-ward this spot herself. Crewmates not overcommitting.
They lost a ward. That was their only ward.
They can make the jump on this. Oh, that's tragic for them. When Centaur's been stunned up, torrented, and the boat's coming in from Riot. Stampede not enough to get Sexy Fat out of there. And he does have buyback, but Enchantress going to follow him. 8 stacks of goo, and it's just one hit from the Bristleback. Yep. Mini caught up in the torrent. The Crewmates, they dodge the smoke, they get the counterplay. Roshan's up in about a minute's time, so they could now consider pressuring up these 2 lanes mid and top, getting towards high ground.
they got that ward that was planted by Nuage there, and Nuage was not able to kill the sentry off first. And because they don't have vision, they can't see the Oracle, they don't know how to get to the Oracle, they just start falling apart one by one on BINOMISTAS. The PA just can't hard commit to any engagement with their BKB because of that false promise save.
I mean, Benny just bought a 27-minute magic wand. Feels like an indication of drastic actions being taken.
All in. He's all in.
Need to buy something now, guys.
Man, I'm telling you, Centaur, please drop this Ring of Protection and buy a Dust. This next fight, they're gonna lose the fight because they don't have Dust on Sexy.
Well, he just moved it. He moved it from bottom middle slot to top middle slot. He's getting ready.
Okay. At least Mini has Dust. You know, Mini, he's got the right state of mind. He's like, okay, this is what's gonna happen in the fight. I'm gonna roll in, and if I don't have Dust, I'm not gonna be able to find these supports.
Why is the Centaur not spending his... Oh, hang on a second. FCR. There's the Fan of Knives. Blink, Stomp, the break, but the false promise. The Blink with a save. Gets FCR out of dodge, and now the boat over the top of them. Hijack is BKB'd up. Looking for Mini, but he's rolling through. Oracle is down. Benny, though, he's being pummeled. Even through his BKB, the physical damage coming. But Sexy Fat with a Stomp, arm in, and he's going to be able to leap away. No, he's stuck there, and the Lord Shredder from Jupiter comes out. FCR still unstoppable, though, as he clears up both of them, and the double buybacks from Crewmates, indicating they want to go into the Roche Pit and finish off this game.
Yeah, they got the double buybacks, want to get the Aegis, secure this Aegis. Like, we've been seeing this a lot, right? For the Roshan fights, you always hold your buybacks for it to secure it, especially the second one. We're going to see Hairball on the Bristleback now. I do think BINOMISTAS, they're not in the worst position because they got the 2 buybacks out of the Oracle and the Mirana. If you can kill the Oracle in the next fight, even with an Aegis on the Bristol, you should be able to take these engagements. For BINOMISTAS, killing the Bristleback is not their target anymore. It's just kill everybody else, leave this guy alone, and then you're going to be able to kill him with the PA later.
Why? Oh, is Mini... Oh, Yulst? He's dead, though, surely.
Yeah, he's super dead.
You can't get out of there. Why is Centaur not spending his money? Is what I've been wanting to ask this for like 2 or 3 minutes now, but we keep getting into fights.
I think he's not sure if he wants the Lotus or not. He's probably thinking, I might want another item. Or maybe Sexy Fat is like, he didn't sleep and his brain's not working that well today. You know, I have that a lot. Brain fog, yeah. Call it.
That's a curious one.
He's
going to get caught here as well. Mind Break up silences him. And we've got the Dragon Tail stun. No combos coming through, but the Torrent is going to be there in time for them to take him down. But yeah, I don't know, man.
He switched it up to the Halberd. See, you know, he just wasn't sure what to get.
Yeah, okay.
Because Halberd is a solution now. Nuage has 6 more seconds for his TP. Oh, they don't see her. Him,
sneaky
Nuage.
spot.
TP out.
The one place in the trees. But yeah, now you're looking at this. Aegis Bristle, Kunkka Cheese. He's got that Aghanim Scepter. Sorry, the Aghanim Shard on that bristle you mentioned, the hairballs, who's going to be spitting out these quill sprays at people. And this is, we talked about the Kunkka's ability in lane stage to be able to refill his own bottle and regen back up. Jupiter, yeah, caught out by the Dragon Knight. Armin's also there. Wants the leap arrow to stop the TP. Nicely timed. And Snapfire here does have buyback. Really wanted to buy up that Blink Dagger, but they lose the Enchantress by their tier 3s, and the double buyback from the supports has to come out. They're rolling Thunder, Benny jumps in, the Fan of Knives under the Kunkka, Sexy Fat drops and buys back himself. Oracle, what's he up to? He's trying to save himself, he's got False Promise, he's got Ghost Scepter, he's nearly dead, he's silenced and he's gone, but the rest of your squad, they have been annihilated. PA's dead, your position 1 carry for 70 seconds. There doesn't seem to be a chance here now. Kunkka, Ryor is going to find the Snapfire. Dive in tier 4s, the Bristleback is straight on top of her. The dive-backs from the Radiant supports crack to the base wide open for Crewmates, and you're in a 4v1. Centaur, go and buy your items. This game seems done.
I mean, this time he jumped onto, what was it, a Kunkka there, didn't click BKB. You can't jump on anyone that is not the Oracle on Benny, and that was a huge mistake because Mini did find the Oracle. All you have to do is jump with him, get that kill, and then you can fight.
That's GG.
Afterwards. Yep, GG, that's it.
Well, Game's another upset here in Division 2.
Huge upset.
A 2-1 victory from Crewmates. Yeah, I mean, like the panel was saying, bottom of the table up against top of that group stage. BINOMISTAS dropping their second series.
Yeah. BINOMISTAS, they must have been so confident going into this as well, thinking like, yeah, we're just going to win this. We're going to be in Division 1 next season, easy peasy. And all of a sudden, Crewmates just come out with this Bristol back. 2 games in a row. They understood how to play with it. They hit their timings. BINOMISTAS, I think they were just a little too slow, and their itemization was off. Like Centaur not going Vanguard into Blink, Pango not going Diffusal Blade, buying time by burning the mans of these strength heroes who don't